fantasy friends, I'm Hannah Nordman for Hot Roster Now. Today is Friday, meaning for most of you, it's the weekend. There's a ton going on in these next few days, so I've picked out a few of my favorite games, along with who I think you should be picking this weekend on Hot Roster. Things are getting very interesting in the NHL, especially if you're keeping an eye on the Atlantic and Pacific divisions. There's now a three-way race in the Atlantic with Montreal, Ottawa, and Toronto all able to take top spot in the division. Seriously, none of these teams were anywhere to be found this time last year. And Saturday night, the Sens and Habs go head-to-head with hopes to clarify their playoff situations. Just last weekend, the pair had a home-and-home which the Habs were able to sweep, tying the season series. And some guys just love to play against certain teams. Erik Karlsson and Derek Brassard have 2 goals and 3 assists apiece in their season series, while Shea Weber and Andrei Markov picked up 5 points of their own. These games tend to be high-scoring affairs, with 3 of the 4 games seeing 7 goals, so look to any of these guys on Hot Roster cards come Saturday. The other game you should be keeping an eye on is between the Bruins and Islanders. Just last week, Boston was sitting pretty, but after an untimely 4-game losing streak, it looks like they're on the way out. They hold the last wild-card spot by just 2 points right in front of those very same Islanders. John Tavares has been the Islanders' most consistent player throughout the ups and downs of their season. He's got 9 points in his last 9 games, including 4 straight, and has steered 5 or more shots on net 5 times this month. With playoffs on the line, I'm taking him on all Hot Roster cards available this weekend. Over in the NBA, there's some bad blood tonight with the Kings visiting Golden State. The Warriors are sitting pretty on their 5-game win streak, having clinched the Pacific Division, but forward Matt Barnes didn't hold back when asked about facing his former team, saying, "I'm trying to kill them. Plain and simple, they're the enemy now." This comes after the 37-year-old was waived by Sacramento in February in order to open up a roster spot to complete the DeMarcus Cousins trade. The veteran is averaging 7.3 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 2.7 assists in 65 games, but look, maybe you shouldn't be throwing around the phrase, "I'm trying to kill them," when you're facing misdemeanor assault charges. That kind of distraction is part of the reason the Kings didn't want to keep you in the first place. But that's none of my business. Finally, you can cap off your weekend with a potential MVP showdown when Russell Westbrook and the Thunder visit James Harden and the Rockets. Westbrook is having a ridiculous year. On Wednesday, he netted his 35th triple-double of the season in record-setting fashion, becoming the first player to do so on 100% shooting. He's oh so close to becoming the second player in NBA history to average a triple-double through an entire season, and with 11 games remaining, sits 6 triple-dubs short of the single-season record of 41. The Beard hasn't been so bad himself, averaging nearly 30 points per game, 11.2 assists, and 8.1 rebounds per game. He's been making some noise in that triple-double category as well. Just last weekend, he became the first player to post back-to-back triple-doubles with 40 or more points and has an impressive 8 40-plus point triple-doubles to his name this season and 153.1 to boot. The best way to figure out which one of these guys is the deserving candidate may be to see them both on the same court. So make sure you don't miss it, and of course, pick these guys up on all Hot Roster cards. That's it for me. For those of you who don't know what Hot Roster is, check it out. Go to HotRoster.com, download the app, give it a try. It's like no other fantasy game you've ever played. And then for help winning the game, check out Hot Roster Today with Cam Stewart and Gary and Thorne every weekday at 4:30 Eastern on the Fantasy Sports Network and 6:30 Eastern on Game TV. For Hot Roster Now, I'm Hannah Nordman.